Welcome to Judica County. My name's Josh Whitaker. I'm an attorney with the law firm of McCullers, Whitaker & Hamer, and today I am joined by...
My name is Jordan Mackey, and I'm also an attorney with McCullers, Whitaker & Hamer.
So we're here today to spend a couple of minutes talking to you about a specific topic under the helm of estate planning. We want to talk to you about the fiduciaries, the people that are going to participate in your estate plan. And so there's a couple of people, when you sit down with me or Jordan and you talk about estate planning, you're going to have to name a couple of people who are going to take action or do things under your estate plan. The first one I want to talk to you about is one that comes up a lot. We have got a need if you're a couple or you have underage children. So when you come in to sit down with me and Jordan, you got a 10-year-old, 8-year-old, a 3-year-old, you've got underage children, you need to know who is going to take care of those children if something does happen to you. That's part of your estate plan, providing for your underage children. And so the first fiduciary we need to talk about is guardian. So what does a guardian do, Jordan?
So a guardian is the one that handles the affairs and approves of all the affairs of the minor in the situation. A lot of times it'll be the other spouse if only one spouse has passed away, but sometimes there is no other spouse to take care of the child in their best interests. So,
sorry.
Ahead.
Yeah. So on that, one question that I get a lot when we're sitting down with a couple that has underage children, obviously, when one spouse dies, like you mentioned, the surviving spouse will be the de facto guardian that I'm sure everybody will agree on. Mm-hmm. But the thing that comes up the most, and what really is a sticking point in an estate plan that I see the most often, is what happens if something happens to the couple both at the same time. So it's always that scenario: your plane goes down, you and your spouse. And so you've got your underage kids and neither spouse survives. And so a lot of people haven't thought about that. They haven't necessarily agreed. So a lot of times at the table, we're talking about it for the first time, which is always a lot of fun. But you need to know who that backup guardian is. And in a perfect world, you'll have talked to them about it.
Yes, it's not only that you need to know, but it's best if they also know that they will be the guardian in that instance. They need to get some preparation and understanding of the whole situation so they will be able to make an informed decision when making decisions for the child.
Right, so education, healthcare, those will all be things that they'll be dealing with. What a guardian doesn't have to deal with, so the other part of your estate plan is, so certainly you'll have to name the guardian who takes care of your kids day to day, your underage children, but there's going to be a trustee that you have to name. And what is a trustee? They're going to work with your assets. So whatever assets you leave to your children in this trustee is going to manage it, invest it, use it to support the kids, pay for their education, make sure they're comfortable. So you've got two fiduciaries, a guardian and a trustee, that do very different things, but we'll be doing them both for your child.
Absolutely, and they work together, whereas the guardian needs to make sure that everything the trustee is doing is in the best interest of the child. So they'll want to work together and be able to work with people like that, but you'll definitely want to know who they are and let them know who they are beforehand.
And I would also add, Jordan, that they can be the same person, so you can decide, well, my brother is going to be the guardian of my children, but I also want him to be the trustee so that he has those assets and he can get to them. You may want them to be different people. Say like, hey, I really want my brother to take care of my kids. They're not the best with money though. I want to appoint, my father or my friend who's a CPA or my CPA or a attorney to be the trustee of the trust. I want my guardian to have to go to my trustee for disbursements and to explain what the money's being used for, things like that. So that's something to consider because we see that work out a variety of ways. The last fiduciary you'll need to be prepared for is naming your executor, which if you're coming in, you and your spouse, you're probably going to name your spouse to be your executor should they survive you. But again, if you guys both pass away at or about the same time, you need to have a backup executor ready.
Absolutely, and sometimes even another person ready after that as a co-executor or successor executor. So in case something happens to that person, because you want to know exactly that your assets will be in the right hands to control them once you do pass away.
Right. So the reason we bring this up today is, again, once you take the time to actually sit down with us and start your estate plan, we want you to be ready to go. We want you to have thought about all this. And so that is a quick 5 minutes on the fiduciaries involved in your estate plan. Again, my name's Josh Whitaker. The number on the screen, you can give us a call, 919-772-7000 if there's anything I can do for you. But hopefully this helps.